Good morning, everybody. It is day 26, I think, of my 30-day hikes. I'm getting close to sleeping in, counting off the days. But I do enjoy getting up here in the morning and just looking around. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And yesterday was the 4th of July, so I hope you all had an excellent Independence Day or 4th of July if you're in the US. And if not, I hope you had a great Thursday with your family or doing whatever you were doing. So yesterday was a great day. I was able to hang out with my family and it was really nice to see everybody. So I love you guys, and yeah, it was just so nice. So I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you ate some good food with your family. And I was hiking up here this morning and I found a heart rock. I think I'm gonna give this to my mom. I like finding little heart rocks every time I go somewhere. I don't usually all the time find them, but I just found this one today. So Mom, you get a little gift. It's a little rock. You're like, I don't need any more gifts. But no, you're gonna like it. I know you're gonna like it. But I love you all. I hope you're all doing amazing. And today I kind of want to talk about something that I've been thinking about, and it's about testing. Have you ever tried to test somebody and expected them to pass your test, and then they didn't pass your test, and then you silently judged them and gave them another test and hopefully they would pass it? And then they didn't pass that test, and so you started getting a little angry and you silently gave them another test that they obliviously just overlooked. When we keep testing people without communicating, we're not serving anyone. I've had this happen to me quite a few times, and I've recognized a pattern, and this pattern, I've now seen it happen in other people's lives around me, because I've been recognizing this pattern a while ago, and it was when I had some other people hanging out in my house with me. Just something simple. So maybe you've had the dishes don't get done. Just a simple example. The dishes keep piling up in the sink, and everybody, you got so much work to do, and you've done so much around the house. You always keep the house clean, and there's one person in the house that doesn't do the dishes. And you just leave the dishes in there and see how much they could pile up see if that person ever decides to do the dishes. Nope, they don't. They just keep putting dirty dishes on top of the pile of dirty dishes. And then you begrudgingly once a week get in there and just clean this whole pile of dishes. Like, I can't believe they're not so mad while you're washing the dishes, because you wish the other person would catch the hint. Hinting, testing. These things don't work. Hints and tests don't work. Especially with men, guys. All the girls out there, hints don't work. Men, we need you to tell us what you're thinking. I mean, we try to read between the lines as much as we can, but most of the time we don't even try, because we're in our own world. We're trying to get things done. Men are logical in our own mind. We're logical. We run around and we work hard to try to do the things that we do. And then I find the difference between men and women, a lot of times women will hint at things too in a relationship to men. And if women hint at things in a relationship, they do not understand why the guy doesn't get it. So are you a woman and you hint at a guy and you don't understand why he doesn't get it? Well, it's because he doesn't get it. It's because you're not telling him what you think. We have to say what we think to the people that we're talking to, communicating with. We literally have to tell them what we're thinking. We have to say, hey, I wonder, do you mind doing the dishes once in a while? Because it would be nice if you could help out just a little bit. If you see the dishes in the sink, if you could do them. Then the other person knows, instead of just hoping that they will learn by osmosis, which can happen too, but it doesn't really happen. So it can get you frustrated if you're hinting all the time. And then that's the thing too. If we want to get better at learning other people, especially men, to learn women, we need to understand that a lot of times women say things that they want us to uncover about them. Women have a different way. They want us to show them love by uncovering things about them, by learning about them, exploring, reading between the lines, seeing underneath the basic facade. That's all. I mean, and women, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but I believe that that's what ultimately men could do better for you, is learn to decipher you, learn to crack the code, learn to read some of the hints. But when real things are necessary to talk about, hints are not good. Hints or tests, and especially testing people. I mean, in a situation where you're getting a job, that's a totally different story. Or in a situation where you're trying to do something that needs a test. However, the proper test is a test that you tell someone right up front. Hey, this is a test. This is your objective. I want you to pass or fail. That's a test that the objectives are clear up front. But when a test has unclear objectives or completely unknown objectives, same with your goals. If you set a goal with unknown and unclear objectives, you're not going to get that goal. It's just going to be confusing. Same with testing other people. If you're going to test someone, make sure that they know it's a test. Unless you're doing it for a reason and making it a test that they're unaware of, an unaware test. But you can't put big judgments on that unaware test because people were unaware. Anyways, maybe I'm rambling right now. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I hope you're gaining some value out of this. I just know that, hey, if someone wants me to do something or wants to communicate with me, I want them to tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me your thoughts. And I've had to learn how to do this because I didn't realize that I was doing this to other people sometimes. I didn't realize that I was accidentally testing people sometimes. I'm gonna get this sunset in here. There we go. So I didn't realize that I was testing people sometimes, but I kind of was. And I don't, a test, there's times and places for tests and there's times and places for hints. But when we're talking about communication, especially communication with a relationship that's close to you, or a parent, a child, a spouse, a friend, even friends. Really, it's just relational. Let's not be testing our friends like this. Like that it's kind of mean. Let's not test our family like this. It's kind of mean. Like, let's communicate better. Let's learn to communicate better by talking to each other better. And instead of assuming that people won't pass your tests, and why would you assume that people won't pass your tests? Because you never gave them the rules of the game. So instead of assuming that people will not pass your test and being jaded by that, assume that people are smart and they will pass your test. You just have to let them know what the test is. And I think a lot of times there's a sense of control that is underneath a hint. There's a sense of, I want to control this situation. I want this person to do what I want them to do, and I don't want to have to be the one to tell them. Like, I don't want to have to tell them to do the things that they should do. And I know that feeling. I got that feeling. I know it. But it's an unfair feeling for the other person. It's an unfair action for the other person, because we need to communicate better and not just assume that people can read our mind, because people can't read our mind. Some people can, and I think women, you can read people's minds a little bit better than men in a lot of situations. Because you're the essence of a woman is, well, and I don't want to get myself into hot water here, but like you guys read between the lines. That's just how you communicate. We don't. We communicate on the top. We go deep, but we communicate. We communicate on the lines. You communicate in between the lines. So we need to learn to read between the lines, and you need to learn to tell us what you're thinking. just say it. Just blurt it out. If it's something you haven't said in a while and you got something on your chest and you got to say it, just say it. You know what? The other person, are we afraid of not saying what we mean? Are we afraid of not saying what we mean? That's why we're hinting at things. That could be the case too. Because if we're afraid of how it will, if we will hurt by saying what we mean, that can be the thing too. So a lot of times we've been programmed by people in our past saying one thing, like, if you do this, I will do this, in a more punishment kind of way. And for instance, if you fight with me, I'll leave you, you know, that kind of thing. Or if you bring this up or tell anybody about this, then I'll leave you. It's like, those are terrible punishment ways to handle situations, and those are controlling ways. Those are people that want to control the situation without communication. And hey, everybody's got their own style they want to do, but I don't know, it doesn't feel respectful to me to do it that way. I think we should communicate with people, tell them what we're thinking, tell them how we're feeling, be a little more vulnerable with people instead of being jaded. The thing is, we have a hard time in this society, I think, overall, with trusting anymore. Because trusting is, we want to know that people aren't playing us. We want to know that we're not being played. So in order to trust more, we need to become more vulnerable. But that's the catch-22. Becoming vulnerable will allow you to share more of your feelings without hinting, to be more upfront and direct and deliberate. And maybe that's the word I've been looking for. Men, direct. We're more direct. We'll just say the things and we'll just on the lines. And then indirect communication is more of a hint. So I think we should have more direct communication. And I think that indirect communication a lot of times leads to confusion. And confusion does not lead to clarity. And clarity is the place that we all want to live. Because if we have clarity, then we can move forward with a purpose, and we can affect our lives in a positive way and the people around us lives in a positive way. So I guess my whole point of this video is try not to test the people that you love. Try not to give them tests that they're unaware of. Try not to hint at what they should do to make you happy. Instead, just tell them what they should do to make you happy. Men and women alike. I mean, I think the gender roles here definitely have some distinctions that I wanted to make, but overall, this is people stuff. This is men and women. Men do this too. We try to hint a lot of times at people and wondering why they're not getting the hint. And then I think men maybe, okay, so maybe this is it. Maybe men might try to hint more, or try to test more, and women try to hint more. Men try to test people more, and women try to hint people more. I'm not sure. I haven't done my market research on this. Tell me what you think in the comments. If this is the first video I get where everybody's like, David, get some heat in the comments, that's okay too. I'm just throwing out some thoughts that I have for the morning, some thoughts that are gonna make you think for the day, and some thoughts that are gonna maybe have you, help you get through this day and this life experience a little bit better, because now instead of hinting or testing your loved one or friend, you can choose to communicate better. I love you guys so much. Today is the 5th of July, and wow, what a challenge it's been. I'm getting an idea forming for a 30-day challenge book, because I think everybody's 30-day challenge can be different. I think everybody's 30-day challenge can be totally different. We don't need to do physical challenges, although I think the physical challenges are good ones. But physical, mental, spiritual, and relational. I think those are the four types of 30-day challenges that we can do. Physical, spiritual, relational, and your brain, mental. So I'm working on all that. Keep going if you got your 30-day challenge. Keep going. You got this. I know you got this. You got it. And let me know how it's going in the comments below. You guys are all awesome, and I'm about to do the second video of my day on the mountain here for Instagram and LinkedIn. So check that out if you like. And then I'm going to be able to give my mom a heart rock here soon. All right, everybody, I love you. Talk to you soon. Until next time, my name's David A. Stone. Develop awesome skills and go find your gold.